In this brown box is the Studio Bike Pro 22, ProForm's flagship bike. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to turn it from this into this without getting angry, without making any mistakes, and just keeping things nice and calm. Let's get cracking. Let's start with unboxing. So the best thing to do is to turn it on its side, fold all of the flaps out, stand it back up again, and then you should be able to lift the box off. And then not only is the bike the right way up, you've got a box that you can just fold again and put all your recycling in. It actually comes with dumbbells. I wasn't expecting those. And for the unpacking part, I'm picking a chill mix, and I'm gonna allow 20 to 30 minutes to get this all unpacked, all the parts in the right place, ready for the build. If you're thinking about buying this bike or any other ProForm equipment, I'll put a link in the description. That will take you to the best price on their website, and it also helps support the channel, meaning I can make more videos like this one. That's everything unpacked, and it only took about 10-15 minutes, less time than I thought. So I think it's because I'm used to building treadmills. This is all landfill, which I don't like to see. I think in this day and age, all this pile of polystyrene here could be perhaps cardboard, reinforced cardboard, so it could be recycled. This is the recycling pile, and yeah, not as big as I thought it would be or hoped it would be. You've got the bike here. I've stood the bike up. I've roughly arranged the components where they're going to be, and you've got the screen here. Now, my advice would be keep the screen in the box. I've just got it out now to show you, but I'm going to put it back in the box until I'm ready to fit it, because you don't want to damage that. And one thing I really liked is these weights. These are hex weights, and not only do they match my current set of weights, the good thing about hex weights is they won't roll away. As always with this equipment, you get your blister pack, which really helps because everything's numbered and you can't make a mistake. And the first step is to fit this to the front of the bike, which is just down there. And already I'm impressed because a lot of spin bikes come with tiny wheels at the front, and it makes it difficult to move them around. So my 2 bolts are out. I've got all the Allen keys out because you never know which one you're going to need. And to make sure this goes on the right way up, these are the feet which sit on the floor. So there you are. So don't put it on the wrong way up because that will just get on your nerves. So that's the front stabilizer legs fitted. I'm just about to do the back, but I want to show you this. On the back here, you've got these are your leveling feet. So I've gently got those to the bottom, and then when I've got the bike up, I can then adjust them to level the bike as needed. Once again, it's just these 2 bolts, making sure it's the right way up. Get me with my fancy mirror shot. So this is actually really easy to fit, these stabilizer legs. And because there's plenty of clearance for your Allen key, so easy to do up. Next step is to fit the seat post, and that's going to go in here. Surprise, surprise. I'm not sure how well you can see, but there's a bolt there. It needs to go past that. So I'm just going to loosen this handle off. You might be able to see that moving out of the way. There we are. And then it's just as simple as moving the pin out, dropping the seat in. I'll start with about there. And then I'm just going to tighten this up so it's in the right place for riding. Now you don't want that there, so you can just pull it out and put it down. Next, I'm going to fit the dumbbell holder. So this says left on it, and it's left as if you're looking from the back of the bike, not the front. And that goes on here, like this, with the short part, so that part is slightly shorter than the bottom part, the short part up and back, like that. And from the blister pack, it's just this one, which is screw number 79. You need 4 of those. So at this point, I've got a confession, and I think I'm just gonna have to come out with it. I used to ride a Peloton. There, I've said it. So the relevance for this video is the pedals that come with the ProForm are these ones. So it's a cage pedal, so that means you don't need any special shoes to ride these bikes. You can ride them in your trainers or even your slippers. Or if you don't want to use the cage, you can flip them over and just use the flat side of the pedal as well. Because of my history of riding Peloton, I got really used to using shoes with cleats. So this is a Look Delta cleat. So I use my own pedals. I'm going to swap the pedals out for Look Delta pedals. You don't have to do this, it's just the way I'm going to do it. And the main reason I switched is because of this. And this is the iFit software which runs on the ProForm bikes. And after about 400 class rides, I kind of got a little bit bored, and nothing to do with Peloton. I am a fan of Peloton, by the way. But these outdoor rides are just second to none. You can be riding in Andalusia today, you can be riding in Norway tomorrow. This is the Peaks to Pines Trail rides. They're all excellent. They're all really good. And having this outdoor immersive experience on these bikes is really what makes them for me. If you haven't fitted pedals on a bike before, it's very easy. These are just standard pedals, so that's why I can use mine. You need to know which way. So this one will go on in this direction, so anti-clockwise or counterclockwise, depending on where you were. But when you fit this pedal goes on the way you're used to, which is clockwise, or clockwise, I guess. I'm just going to put these on hand tight to start with. So that's the pedals on. I'm just going to make sure as well that they're nice and tight. So we're on to the next part, which is slightly tricky, because here we have the handlebars and the wire from the handlebars. These are going like this. It needs to go all the way down here and connect to this. Now, as you can see, it's not long enough. But the good news is that this wire here is telescoped. So what you need to do is just untie this blue cable from here and then tie it round the end of this and then use it to pull the cable through. Use the other side to pull the cable through. As you can imagine, this is a two-person job. I'm on my own, so I'm just going to slot the handlebars here into the drinks holder, and that will hold it in place while I tie this onto here. And just like before, I'm going to loosen this off, and then as I put the handlebars in, I'm just going to be pulling down just to guide that cable through, and then I'm going to drop the handlebars in. And then I'm just going to gently pull this down. I can see the cable there, there it is. There it is. And then I can connect it to this. And the important thing is when connecting the cable is to make sure that you hear a snapping sound. Now it'll only go in one way. You've got a little lug there, you should be able to see it, and a little receiver there. So let's pop this and just get my hands a bit better positioned. Listen for the click. Now that's secure, I'm going to just undo this blue cable that I tied up here. And with that undone, I'm just going to discard it. And then I'm going to use this cable tie that's already pre-installed just to tidy this up here. Let's bring that one in as well, I think. Just to gently tidy that up, not too tight. And this is a little bit of a mess here. You can see that at the front here. So we're going to use the cowl and screw number 80 just to cover this up. And this is the first time I've needed my own tool, which is a Phillips screwdriver. One thing I really do recommend is yoga knee pads. These just make life so much easier. So one thing I've noticed is this cable in here, let's see if you can see it, that should be sticking out. Maybe I was a little bit enthusiastic showing you the elasticity of this cable down here, that I've pulled that one back in. I'm sure it should be tied up, but maybe it isn't. So I'm just going to see what I can do here, because there are holes along the side, and I'm just going to use my Allen key, which is a blunt instrument, just to try and just pry it forward a bit. Here it comes. So I might just be able to get my... There we are. Result. Next stage is fitting the console, and you can see this has got an elastic band around it, so I wonder whether that either didn't have one or accidentally took it off. So this is going to connect to that, and this is going to slide across here. So this is probably a two-person job. Now, because I'm on my own today, I'm going to use a step stool. I'm still building bridges with my real stool. Dad jokes for days. And just so to put these in place while I connect them. I think this would be a place where you could actually pinch a cable. So just be super careful when putting this on. And these go on with bolt set 70, so that slides through the handlebar and then you just tighten that into that. So let me show you. I've done the first one already. There we are, and then I'll just get the Allen keys out and then just tighten these up. So let's look at the blister pack, just these 4 screws here, which must mean it's time to put the screen on. I'm just going to tease the cables out of the neck. These are actually pretty stiff in here. Not sure how easy it is to see, but these are actually well and truly stuck in there. And the hole to get them out isn't quite big enough. Lose this. Wow, there we are. And believe it or not, there's another one in there. So with a fair bit of prying, that took a good 5 minutes. I was able to get these 2 cables out. And that was difficult. That was a lot more harder than it should have been, I think. I almost became an angry middle-aged man, but managed to stay calm. Now the instructions clearly say you need 2 people to put the screen on, and that would be my recommendation. However, I'm just home alone today. So to reiterate, this is definitely a 2-person job, because if you drop your screen, this is the tablet with everything in it, it's going to really ruin your day, I think, because when you contact ProForm and tell them, they're probably going to be quite expensive to replace. We are very nearly there. I'm just going to tilt this up and do these connections. Now I'm just going to do, you can't get these wrong because they're different shapes, so you can't connect them to the wrong one here. But I'm going to do the smallest one first. Now that one's in, I'm going to undo this, because what I'd hate to happen is for the wires to fall back in, but I don't think they would. Listen for the click. Oh, that one did click, that's good. So here she is, all built, looking really good. I really like the way this bike looks. I'm used to the Nordic Track bikes, but I really like this one. It looks a lot better than I thought it would. It's quite a stylish looking bike. Now, we're fully built. I'll even put the weights on the back. Let's take this off. There's only one thing left to do, and that is to press that button down there and switch it on. Only time this screen isn't going to have any fingerprints on it. Now, I'm stalling because I'm nervous, and I don't, I don't know why, because I've built probably 5 or 6 bikes and maybe the same amount of treadmills. Okay, you wait here. I'm just going to press the on button. It's important to back yourself. It's important to back yourself. I know what I'm doing. I'm an expert on the internet. There we are, all built, and it was fairly easy. I would say if you can build an IKEA wardrobe, you can certainly build one of these. What I wasn't so keen on was the fiddliness of getting the wires in the position where you can connect them to each other. I thought that could have been designed a little bit better, but the good news is you're only probably going to do that ever once, aren't you? Well, I hope you found this video useful. As I've mentioned, I'll put a link in the description which will take you to the best price on ProForm's website, and it also helps support the channel. And if you want to see more videos with me and this bike, then just click on this box here, and that will take you to my ProForm 22 playlist, where you can see everything I have to say about this bike. And if they're not there yet, there'll be some comparison videos coming to the Nordic Track S22 iBike and also the Peloton bike. Until next time, see you soon.